Kelly, and I am part of Horizon Crochet. I'm excited to have you here, and I'm very thankful for those that watch these lives later on. I think you are the reason why I have most of the views that I have, and I just want to take a moment to say thank you for watching this later if you're not able to catch the live while it's live. Yeah, something like that. So, anyway, welcome. Hi, Jen. Hi, Kathleen. Good to see you, ladies. How are you doing? What have you been up to? I feel like it's been a long week. I don't know, it just seemed like this week was 2 weeks put together. I know I was here last weekend, but it just feels like it was a really long week. What have you all been up to? I feel like I need to catch up. Anything exciting going on? Any crochet projects? Going crazy? Yeah, Jen, I can understand that. Going crazy, something that I do on a daily basis. Working on anything, Jen? Have you been crocheting still? I think you're working on a blanket, right? A granny square? Or were you making a gauge swatch? I forget what you were working on, Jen. Remind me. Kathleen, how are you? Always good to see you. I swear we travel the same road on YouTube. I see you all over the place, Kathleen. You're worldwide famous on YouTube, even though you don't have a channel, which is so interesting to me. So, yeah, ladies, let me know what you're working on. I would love to see what you're working on. If you want to post a picture on the Horizon Crochet website, we can do that as well. And I'm just super excited to be here. I don't have too many updates before I start to crochet. Only thing I'm really excited about is I heard June was Furl's birthday, and they usually have sales twice a year, from what I understand. And one of those times is during their birthday, and it is June. I just don't know what part of June. So every morning, do I wake up at 5 a.m., run to my laptop, and check the website? Maybe. Maybe I do that. Kathleen, I'm trying to think about what's going on. You know what? When you have to wonder what's going on, you're at peace, Kathleen. You must be at peace. So, yeah, I get around. I get around, round. That's a Beach Boys song, isn't it? Round. What's the name of that song? I forget, but I grew up on the Beach Boys. Kathleen, yeah, I'm doing a gauge swatch. Very good for you, Jen. Man, you're just getting back into crochet now, and you've already doing a gauge swatch. I think I have done a total of 2 gauge swatches in a year. That is awesome. That's determination. That's the way you're supposed to do it, I suppose. You went swimming yesterday. Very nice, Jen. And I did see a video, I think, of that, and I commented on it just a few hours ago. So you looked nice and relaxed, and you sang us some songs. That was great. So anyway, as I was talking about I'm obsessed with Furls. They have their birthday sale is coming up, so I've been saving my fun money for some Furls hooks when they have their sale. I just hope the sale is as exciting and as good as they say it is, because I really do like their hooks, although I've mentioned these knockoff Furls hooks before. I was using one of these, and I couldn't tell the difference between the knockoff and the real thing. And I'm almost a little disappointed in that. Like, by the time I realized I was using a non-Furls hook that was just like it, I was confused. And I was like, wait. Either I am becoming more versatile in the type of hooks I can use as I'm learning, or I'm just spending a lot of money on Furls for no reason. I don't know which one it is. Yes, Furls. Yeah, it's Furls. I first heard of them on Elise's YouTube channel. She was talking about how much she loved them about a year ago. And then I found the streamline hooks, and I was, well, literally hooked on them. Kathleen says, I can honestly say I've never done a gauge swatch, not in all of my years of crocheting. I I learned from YouTube, and the YouTube creators that I followed in the beginning, they were very for gauge swatches. They were like, every project you do, you need to do a gauge swatch if it's bigger than your hand. I think that was their rule of thumb. I shouldn't say that expression. I shouldn't say that expression anymore. But yeah, so I've never done it either, Kathleen. And yeah, I really like the furls. I really do. But I want to believe that I'm not bragging by any means because I have a lot of work still to do on my crochet game. But I'm either becoming more versatile and more familiar with what I'm doing, that it's becoming second nature, that I can't tell the difference in a hook if I'm not paying attention to it. That's what I'm going to go with because I love furls hooks. So they have a sale coming up. Jen, you like the hooks I sent you? And I'm so glad I was able to send you some hooks, Jen, because I'm glad you're back at it. And I can't wait to see your first finished project. I'm super excited for it, Jen, and I want to see it, see your progress, follow along. It's so exciting when somebody new either comes to crochet for the first time or they come back to them. It's exciting to see. Kathleen, I love Susan Bates as well. You know, I found I did try a Susan Bates in the very beginning. I should give it another fair shot now that I'm not so new to it, because when I first used them, Kathleen, they actually hurt my fingers a little bit. They're so thin and so skinny, which is fine. It works, right? So I should give them a fair shot, the Susan Bates hooks, and try them again now that I know a little bit more. And I'm actually holding my hook right. So that could also make a big difference in it. Jen says, well, right now I only have about 4 squares. That is a start, Jen. Jen, I'm going to start to work on my project here in a few seconds. And I got to tell you, during the week, I do not get as much opportunity to crochet, working about 50 hours a week. And then after work, I'm just beat, you know. So I do most of my crocheting on the weekends or the early part of the week. So you're going to notice that I have not gotten real far on my blanket when I pull it out and start working on it, Jen. It's a process. You do it when you can do it, right? The only thing I wanted to show you today that I have that's interesting, a friend of mine had ordered some yarn from a discount site. Boo. Do I look like a frog? That is so silly. I can't believe I just did that. But these two, she gave these to me to play around with, because she tried them and she did not care for them. But it's from a discount site. She gave me a link to it, but if I like them and I can suggest them, I'll actually put a link in one of my videos for them. But as of right now, I can't really. I'm going to try them out some point this weekend, but they just look so cute. The cakes, the little yarn cakes, you know what I mean? Yeah, so I just wanted to show you those just because they're just so darn cute. And they're wrapped up so well and wound so well. But I've never tried one of those discount websites yarn before, except for t-shirt yarn. I have tried their t-shirt yarn and it's amazing. But I haven't used yarn. Acrylic yarn, wool yarn, that kind of thing. So, yeah. So I'm going to work on my baby blanket today. I'll show you what I got to. I think I added 3 or 4 rows to it on yesterday and Monday because those are my easiest days for work. So this is where I've gotten so far. This is the woodland blanket that I'm making for a baby that's due in August. So, but the baby shower is much earlier than August. So I think where I ended was like right around here, a couple of green around the white, so you can see the pattern that I'm going for. I'm going to do brown next, then 2 green, then white, then 2 green, then brown, then 2 green, you know, etc., etc. So that's what I'm going to continue to work on today. I don't have any other really news or announcements other than tomorrow's an exciting day for us here in our local area because Sarah, who is one of my good friends and also a YouTube follower, I met her through YouTube actually, and she lives locally to me. What are the odds of that? We have our first library crochet gathering tomorrow afternoon. So I hope when I go live tomorrow evening, I have a lot of things to talk about and see what I learned from other people. I'm not even sure who's going to come. It might just be Sarah and I there. We'll find out. I'm sure there'll be some people as time goes by, and we'll figure out how those meetings are going to go as we continue. But I'm really excited for that tomorrow. I almost forgot to say something. Anyway, let's get going. Let's get crocheting. Crocheters. Crochet. And tonight there would normally be a live at 7 o'clock, but I believe Barb is still gone for the what happened to my other brown? What happened to my other brown? I don't know. I'm going to have to open this one. Oh, shucks. I must have left it upstairs because, like I said, usually have upstairs projects, downstairs projects, but this I have to put on fast forward because the baby shower is coming up so soon. So I've been bringing it up and down, and I must have left the other upstairs. So let me go ahead and let's see. I put a foam makeup SpongeBob on the smaller ones for grips. That's so great. They're SpongeBob themed. That's amazing. I have seen those fun grippies, foam grippies. They're fun, foam. Yeah, we combine the two words and you end up with fummy. So I've seen those. I think it was Elise who did a review on those. And if I like the Susan Bates, do you switch them, those foam handles, each time you use it, Kathleen? Like when you switch sizes? Or do you have one on each one of the Susan Bates? Because that makes sense to me, why you would use those with those hooks. And then I don't feel so bad either about, it was a little uncomfortable. So, pretty colors in the yarn. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Nice. I keep meaning to ask you about the library thing. Yep, that is tomorrow. We're super excited. While I start to get ready here, I have to do my starter. I have to focus when I do my starter, otherwise I'll mess it up. But I'm excited. I think Sarah's excited. I know she's excited. She was the one that came up with the idea, and I've been gathering things like name tags, like little sticker name tag type things, a little sign with the event information on it, and then we're going to have some coffee, and we will, I have some of my silly games that I like to play with you all. I'm going to take one of those as well to keep people interacting and engaged, but I'm super excited. I'm excited about it. And then I planned a live a couple of hours after that. So I hope to have an update for you all. Jen says, nope, she's on her way home. Barb's on her way home. She's probably sitting on her phone wondering if she's going to get home in time for her live, I imagine. Maybe. It was great watching her videos and everything, although I haven't seen one today. And I think today was the beach walk, wasn't it? Jen, I think today was the day she was going to do her walk on the beach, I think. Kathleen says the sponges I will change hooks to hooks sometimes. A lot of times I just use different ones. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because of the upstairs downstairs thing, I would probably leave my little sponge holders handles down here when I needed them upstairs. So I would probably get a bunch of them. I know they're not very expensive either. So maybe I'll fall in love with Susan Bates hooks and have to get some. So that's a great suggestion, Kathleen. Thank you for bringing that up. And Jen, yeah, probably. Barb, if you're out there, cough once or wink, like I'm going to be able to see you. Put a little wink in the chat or something. Maybe she's listening to us on the way home, or she could be sleeping. Hey, Bon Bon, good to see you. We were just talking about Barb and her live tonight. Her and Debbie usually do their crochet thing, but I asked her about it yesterday, and I think she said it depended on what time she came in today, but she didn't think it was likely that she would have a session today. There she is. I love it, Barb. Cough, 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 cough. I'm in the room. I hear you. You're talking about me. Yes, we're always talking about Barb, the worldwide famous grandma. Yeah, no, we're excited, Barb. I can't wait to see your beach video. I hope you have a little bit of a clip that you had an opportunity to go for a walk and meet your your goals. Now you have to come up with a new goal, though, Barb. I was thinking about that. I was like, okay, now she needs a new goal. What is she going to do next? I'm excited. I feel like I'm following you on your adventures when you go on these trips and stuff. So I know, Kathleen, she coughed. I told her, Barb, if you're there, cough once. She coughed. That's exciting. That's so funny. That made me laugh. Been home for about 10 minutes putting stuff away and going to take a shower and get the sand off of me. I don't blame you. I love beaches. They're beautiful. I should reframe that. I like looking at beaches. I just don't like being on them. I love the sound of them, the smell, the wind, the breeze, all that stuff. And I really like walking on the beach. I just don't like sitting on it. So I can understand your need to get the sand off of you. That's not Barb. She's a fake. Oh, that is so Barb, Jen. You're just trying to stir stuff up. 3-hour drive home and sand in all my naughty parts. Oh, gosh. That's like sitting on sandpaper. That's like sitting on sandpaper, Barb. That's horrible. Oh, you poor thing. I'm glad you're home, though. You must be relieved, but also riding on a high still, I imagine. Hi, Norton family. What is this video? I saw it and clicked on it. Oh, I'm so glad you clicked on it, Norton family. I am just a new crocheter, and I am utilizing you all who are experts in crochet to teach me how. I struggled. It's also a community where we come together, we chit chat about our days, and crochet at the same time. So that is what we're doing. Hey, Deborah, good to see you. So Deborah, Bon, what are you ladies working on? Norton family. What are you all? Are you crocheting? Are you knitting, or just sitting back and chilling and relaxing? Deborah, what province are you in again? You're in the one with the, hi, Maddie. Maddie, are you out of school yet for the summer? Is Sassy here? Sassy Mary? Did I miss her? Oh, you're talking about Deborah Sassy. Sassy. See, I think of Deborah as Mountain Mama. Deborah's Mountain Mama, Jen. I don't know. I should ask her what she wants to be. Deborah, what do you want to be? But that's when somebody says Mountain Mama, I think of Deborah. When somebody says sassy, I think of Sassy Mary. Just chilling and looking for a new project. That's cool. Are you looking for something quick and not easy, but something quick? Or are you looking for a long-term project, Bonbon? Or just whatever strikes your mood? Norton family, I love to crochet and I'm going to do that. So yeah, join us. I'm trying to memorize a bear coaster. A bear coaster, so it like lays flat, Norton family, and then you have little ears on it. Is that what you mean? Like a working in the round kind of coaster? Would love to hear about it. Sarah, hey Sarah, I was talking about you. Don't worry, it was all bad. It was all horrible. You can watch the video and no, I'm kidding. Sarah knows better. I was talking about tomorrow and how excited we are. And no problem. You know, I always tell people, if you can make the live, great. If you can watch it later, great. If you can't do A or B, that's okay too. I'm pretty relaxed and pretty laid back. So, Maddie says, hi, Sarah. Deborah, I changed it because there was another sassy. Gotcha, Deborah. I always think of you, Mountain Mama. I'm in Alberta. Okay, gotcha. I wasn't sure. I knew you were near the Rockies. And Deborah, I've seen the Colorado Rockies, but I have not seen the Canadian Rockies yet. It is something that I would like to do sometime in the next lifetime, this lifetime. Let's see. Oh, Barb, Jen wants to know how baby reacted when you came home. She might not, she might not still be there. I think she was jumping up, but she might still be there, Jen. If not, we can ask her. I'm curious about that too. Baby must have been so excited to see her. I stopped crocheting. I got to remember to keep going as I'm talking. Madison, hey, guess what? You are very pretty. Aw, thank you, Maddie. I appreciate that. I wouldn't, if you're talking about me, I don't look at myself that way, but thank you. I appreciate the compliment. Makes me smile. Maddie, are you out of school? I don't remember if you answered. Are you out of school yet for the summer? I know some schools are at this point and some are not until the end of June. Aww. Norton family says, if you want to learn how to do a bear coaster, you can go to Maddie Marie and she can teach you. She's one of my favorite YouTubers. I'll have to check her out, Norton family. I appreciate that. I always love tips and tricks. Learn something from every different website, every different YouTube channel I've learned something from, and I love it. I was talking about you, Kelly. Yes, I am. Cool. I'm glad you're out of school for the summer. That's exciting. Any plans? Jen says the Atlanta Braves are better than the Colorado Rockies. I'll take your word for it, Jen. I really love your videos. Oh, thank you, Maddie. I appreciate that. Grandma says she saw Baby. She's talking about Baby, her dog. For anybody that doesn't know Barb, check her out. She sobbed, licking me and won't leave my lap, jumping, crying. She loved me and won't leave my sight at the moment. Aw, she's like, I'm never letting you out of my sight again, even if you are 65 years old. It's so great. Dogs are so good about making you feel so loved when you come home. It's amazing. Jen, I just really like the Braves. Gotcha. They're baseball Braves, right? I don't really follow sports like I used to, Jen. I'm more of a YouTuber now. I don't even have cable at home. So I feel ashamed. I know they're Braves, Atlanta Braves, and I know there's I know teams and stuff, but I haven't watched anything in a long time. I used to be a huge Eagles fan. Deborah, That's what Jen says too. Jen told me that, Deborah. She said, "Oh my gosh, when you do that, you sound just like Barb." I got my impersonation of Barb down pat, I think. I've mastered it at this point. I'll have to do it on her show one day and have us both say it and do a comparison on one of her panel nights. See, but yeah. If I start thinking about it too much, I can't do it, but I do like picking on Barb and her 65 years old. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. Oh, thank you, Deborah. I appreciate that. I forget to remind people myself, so I love it when other people do. Thank you very much. This yarn, I'm really getting into this yarn. I just wonder, though, does anybody have any experience with Bernat blanket yarn and cleaning it? How does it wash up? Does anybody know? What can I crochet? I can crochet almost nothing. No, I shouldn't say that. I like to do granny square blankets the most because it's a bit mindless and it's easy for me to do, and I crochet normally to relax and kind of unwind, and I enjoy it. Takes my mind off work and other things. So what was I was answering your question. The projects that I have crocheting right now, so what can I crochet? I can do blankets. I'm working on a monster amigurumi stuffy that Barb's doing on her channel. She might be even done doing it. I am like 80% done my stuffy. And I'm hoping to have it done for next Friday's live for Barb and Debbie. But washcloths, I've done a pair of messy mittens. How big is your blanket? The one I'm working on right now is a work in progress. It's not very big at all. Some of the blankets, I've never made anything bigger than a twin size blanket. So I've never done anything bigger than a twin size blanket, and it was grueling to do that. So I didn't necessarily enjoy going that big. I think if I ever make a really big blanket again, I'm going to make it in pieces, as in do like a 4x4 chunk, and then do another 4x4 chunk, and another 4x4 and another 4x4, and then connect them all together. That will probably be the only way you will see me do a blanket that big again. Let me see. Because Jen says she's never washed yarn. I've washed yarn. I just haven't washed this kind of yarn before, and it's a little different. It's almost like I'm afraid to wash it. It's delicate. Sarah says wash and dry is normal. It's great. That's good to hear, because newborn babies can be a bit explosive. So I was thinking, I wonder if I should tell her just to, like, I wasn't sure if it was something she could rest the baby on when she's playing, for like tummy time or something like that, is kind of what I had thought. So that's good to know that it washes up really well. Bonbon says, my dog snubs me after I go away. One time he actually forgot he was supposed to be mad at me. He licked my face and suddenly stopped and remembered he was supposed to be mad at me. They are, when people say, oh, dogs and cats don't know, they don't have minds like we do. No, they don't have minds like we do. But they do say dogs can reach the maturity of a 3-year-old or 4-year-old. I know it's definitely not 5, but it's under 4 and under. So that doesn't surprise me, and that's adorable at the same time, Bonbon. Deborah says, going to make supper. Have a good live. Thanks, Deborah. I appreciate it. Hopefully we'll see you later. Maddie, Bonbon, my cat does that. Yeah. Bye, Debbie. Bye, Debbie. And then let me scroll back down. I think I've caught up. See you. I'm going to go make a bear coaster now. All right, Norton family, thank you so much for stopping by. It was great to see and meet you. Bon Bon says, yes, animals are such sensitive beings, very emotional. They can be. They really can. We have 2 Burnett blankets on our bed. Bear's gotten sick on them before and washed and dried and worked out fine. Oh, that's so good, Sarah. I'm so glad to hear that because I was a little nervous, but I figured to a point the yarn had to be able to be washed at some point because it's such a popular yarn that I can't imagine it being super popular if it didn't clean up nicely. So that's great. Let's see here. Kathleen says, my phone is buffering the live again. Crazy phone tends to do that. Sorry if my responses seem delayed. That's why. No problem, Kathleen. I just appreciate you being here, period. So no complaints from me, that's for sure. That's a lot of hooey. Which part's a lot of hooey, Jen? We've got like 3 conversations going on. Which one are you talking about? What else was I going to say? Kathleen, do you normally watch from your phone? Or do you... watch usually from a laptop or a tablet? Kathleen is everywhere, Maddie. Everywhere I go, Kathleen is there. It's like my favorite pastime now. Where's Kathleen? It's like where's Waldo, but in YouTube world. Where's Kathleen? So yeah, I have to have this blanket done by the end of this month, and I think I can totally do that, but I'm just a little nervous that things might get busy and I might not be able to work on it when I want to, when I plan to. So I really want to get it done and knock it out. And then I was thinking about, now that I've learned some tips from you all, that I might try another monster and this time do it in the same colors as this blanket. Not necessarily the same yarn, but the same colors. And give them a blanket that matched, give them a monster that matched this. A monster, when I say monsters, they're not very scary monsters. They are adorable, cute, square. There's actually one on my website that Bon Bon made, and I'll link my website in just a second, and you can go to my website and see one that Bon Bon made. And it's adorable. Here, let me go ahead and find that. And copy and paste it in here. So if you go to this link, there's a section. You don't have to click on any other pages, just on the link. Scroll down a little bit and you'll find a section that says From the Hook, and those are all from members that come to our YouTube channel and hang out with us and are sharing their projects that they're working on, and I love it. We've almost got all the areas completed and all the stock images gone, so that is a goal of mine, to get rid of all those stock images. I've actually been recording videos. I haven't posted any videos. I need to find software that doesn't frustrate the heck out of me. And I think, as cheap and as cheesy as this is, I'm going to end up using Microsoft Clipchamp because, well, first off, I have Microsoft Suite, so it'll be free. It won't cost me anything. And it's not so complicated that it's going to frustrate me to death that I don't want to do it. So I'm going to try that software next. And see. I've got a couple of videos, and then of a couple of stores that we went to, yarn stores. And then I have one that's a little different, but sort of crochet, but kind of different too at the same time. And let me see. I was talking about animals not having a big brain. Animals have a big brain. Most animals. Some animals. I've had some really dumb dogs too, though, but they love you just the same. They're a little slower, maybe, but they still love you with unconditional love. And, yeah. And one more in this cluster. Yes, Kelly, I believe in you. Aw. I need a little Maddie cheerleader. Let me see here. I'm too tired to swim today, maybe tomorrow. Nice. How big is your pool, Jen? Bon, that's awesome. I wish I had a pool too. Too hot here today. You know, I was, I'm wearing a sweatshirt. It's actually it's warm today in my idea of warm. It's in the low 80s, and this is Canada. So we get in the 90s, but it's not often, I would say. But I have a sweatshirt on because the air conditioner's on and I'm in the basement, and the basement is always cold compared to the rest of the house. Madison, for real, Bon, you live in Louisiana, because I do, and it is very hot. My pool is just a little blow-up pool. Hey, Jen, whatever works. It's a body of water. Hi, Judith. Nice to meet you. Madison, oh, well, I'm in Louisiana. It's hot. Yeah, I believe it's hot. I used to live in Virginia, and it got unbelievably humid there. Humid is one of the most, in Virginia, it's got to be one of the most humid states. North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, and Virginia. They just feel like they live, eat, breathe humidity. And so why am I making a blanket? This is supposed to be like a sitting blanket. Does anybody ever struggle during the summer with trying to find things to make that are fitting for the weather? I usually struggle with blankets because they get so warm during the summer and they lay all over you and make you hot. But the fact that I've moved down here, though, I don't have that issue anymore. That, and I also have my blanket sitting on top of like a table a little bit right in front of me, and it's not laying all over me. So, supper is simmering. What's for dinner today, Deborah? Bon, do you know where Orano is? Is that like Toronto without the T? Orano? Madison saying, hi, Judith. Bon, yes, I do. Interesting. I've never heard of it. Bags, that's a good idea, Judith. That's a good idea, like grocery market bags or even tote bags type style, like for books or just a regular handbag. A market bag comes into mind. That's a good idea. That is a good idea for sure. I have to go. Bye. Believe you can finish the blanket. Aw, thanks, Maddie. Have a great weekend if I don't see you again this weekend. I'm glad you're out of school. Deborah, woohoo! That is my hometown. I used to live in Scarborough. I've heard of Scarborough in the early 80s and was born in Bowmanville. Bow, man, in the Ville. Judith says, I've never made one because it's hard for me to crochet with cotton. Yeah, I struggle with cotton and smaller yarns. So I feel the struggle there. Some people do it amazingly. Like Sarah is amazing with cotton. She can make miracles happen with a skein of cotton yarn. Whereas I'm all about the wool, the acrylic. But yeah. Bonbon. Wow, Deborah, you're not too far for you were not too far from me. I'm not far from Scottsboro. Yeah, Bonbon is about 2.5 hours away from me. That's just knowing the general area she's in. On the 12th, I took off some time, and Sarah and I are going to hit up some more yarn stores in southern Ontario. We did go visit 2, had a great time. I'm excited to go to some more on the 12th and see what these are like. These are all really tiny yarn shops. I think, and Sarah, correct me if I'm wrong, I think one of the merchants, the vendors that we went to visit last weekend, mentioned that next year they're going to expand the yarn crawl into bigger privately owned yarn shops, I believe. But this year, it's just a smaller ones. So, but we've gotten something of value from each one. So small doesn't mean it's not leaving a big impact. Kelly, I'm cooking ground beef and garlic, then adding cream cheese over easy eggs on top. Thomas was making something similar to that today on his YouTube video that I watched, and that was interesting. Norton family, I'm back. I'll be back and forth, so I know what to do next on my bear coaster. No problem. And do you have a first name or a name you prefer to go by, or do you want me to keep calling you Norton family? It sounds so formal to call you Norton family. There's nothing wrong with it, but I just wanted to check with you first. Where are you, Kelly? Southern Ontario. I'm about 2.5 hours south of the Toronto area. I'm honestly halfway between Detroit and Buffalo. I know that sounds really weird because I'm in Canada, but I'm between Detroit and Buffalo, but you just have to know how Southern Ontario works. Kelly, I might not be able to get your way this summer. My car is toast. I need a new one. Ugh. No problem, Bonbon. Or maybe we can come up there one day, you know? I'm not up to road. I'm not. I have no problem with road trips. I like road trips. I think they're fun. So, but otherwise, next summer or winter. Whenever. Let's see. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time saying this word. It's just Toronto without the T. Oronto is close to Oshawa. Gotcha. I'm from Southern Ontario. Okay, are you like Woodstock, Niagara, south of Toronto area? Or Grand Bend, or just call me Fox because it's in the picture of my icon. I like that. Hey, Foxy. We'll call you Foxy. Fox or Foxy. East of Toronto, Kelly. Okay. So I'm farther south than that. I am almost touching Lake Erie, you could say, almost even. Are you on Discord, Deborah? I'd message you and tell you, but I just don't want to put it out there. I mean, it's no secret or anything, but on the east of Toronto on the 401. Okay. I know the 401 very well. How often do you do these videos? I do my lives usually twice a week. I keep saying that I might do one that's not scheduled and do 3 a week, but I haven't gotten there yet. Fox. I just like to chit chat, talk with friends, and just hang out together a little bit. No Discord. 1 hour west of Belleville. Belleville. I can't think of, I'll have to look that up and see where it is. After I've done this row here, or this side, I'll take a look and see where it is. But you've got the best window view, Deborah. Out of anybody, you've got the best window view. Bon, what kind of project are you looking for? I got a this is the weirdest thing. I saw a pattern that I really liked, and it's a snake. And I'm not even into like snakes or reptiles, but it's just such a cute little snake. And it reminds me of the octopus that a lot of people have made. It's just cute. I don't know. I've never in my life called a snake cute, ever. I have no interest in snakes. I mean, I'm not afraid of them, but I'm definitely not encouraging them to come around me. You know what I mean? But the image of the snake was just so cute. And it looked like a fun project for a challenge to try. Let me look up, now that I'm at the corner, let me just look up Belleville really quick. Belleville, Ontario. Where are you? Okay, you are well. So I would say Bonbon's between us. So, Deborah, I'm quite a ways away from you. Have you ever heard of, well, no. There's, Kawartha ice cream is up that way that you grew up, isn't it? I think there's an ice cream brand that comes from up in the area that you're from, Deborah. That everybody talks about down here. Orano. I have to think about it. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, that's even different than I thought it was. So I was really slaughtering it. Oops. Kawartha Dairies. Yes. I've become very familiar with Kawartha Dairies through work, of all things. So, and I just looked at the map really quick of where Belleville was, and it's actually quite close to the Kawarthas. I can't believe I'm almost done this roundabout already. I feel like I've been talking the whole time. Yes, it's halfway between you and where Deborah is from. Yeah. Say it fast. Is that a challenge? Say it fast. Say it 10 times fast. Oronto. Oron. Or. Oh, no. Yeah, no, not happening. That was a real attempt. It's just not happening. People pronounce it or no. Interesting. But yet it's spelled like Toronto without a T. Interesting. Do you have any local yarn shops around you, Deborah? Or where you grew up? Were you into it at that point? I know you crochet now. I don't know if you were into it then. You got it. I'll never get it right again. So I'm gonna quit while I'm ahead and just not try anymore, Deborah. Sharbart Lake is near Kingston. Sharbot? Michaels? How come whenever I type and send a message on here, it shows a crown and number 1? Do any of you know why? It's because of something with YouTube. It's called Your Top Fans. And it says right now the Norton family, Fox, is my number 1 fan for this live. Then Sarah, then Bon Bon, then Kathleen. So it keeps track of how many chats or how many comments you make, how many super chats or gift memberships, or those type of other member style activities that you can do in chat, and it starts to rank you. It's like a contest almost. I think that's what it's meant to do, encourage people to chat and whatnot. And you are number 1 at this point. Somebody else will have a number 2 next to their name. Somebody else will have a number 3. And chat is just letting me know and everybody else know who's number 1 so far. That was a really long and lengthy explanation. I hope it made sense. Deborah, I passed that area on my way to my cousin. She lives at Sharpard Lake. Nice. Deborah, you got this. Nope. Let's see here. Sopper Creek yarns. Nice. Bon Bon says, Norton, that crown just shows that you were typing more messages than others. It ranks the chatters in the chat. Yep. It did make sense. I'll be right back again. No problem. No problem. Kathleen, how's your knees coming? You healing up really well? Soper. All these weird Canadian names. Soper. Ontario. And Sharbot. All these weird names. That's my excuse, and I'm running with it. My yarn is, it's wrapped around my table leg here. Let's fix that. There we go. So do you cook in your camper, Deborah, too? Some people cook outside. I'm very fascinated with the camping lifestyle, like the camping in campers or vans or stuff like that. It's very interesting to me. Is it meant for me? No, it's not meant for me, at least not at this point in my life, but it's very interesting. Kathleen says, the knee is doing well. Thank you. I'm walking all over. That's awesome. That's awesome. Any kind of kinks or trouble with it when you walk, or is it pretty, like, just normal? I have a video or two about how I live in my fifth wheel. I'm going to have to check them out. I haven't gone through and looked at your old videos. I'm going to have to go through and visit them and see. I just find it all very interesting. And I think it's a way that people can maintain a more minimal lifestyle. I look at it, and also free to roam kind of lifestyle. Like if you want to live somewhere for 6 months, you can live somewhere for 6 months. If you want to live there for a week, you can live there for a week and pick up and move and go. And it just seems so interesting. So I'm excited now that I know you can wash this yarn with no issues. All right, we are done our brown. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this off, connect, and tie in my ends. Because I don't wait and save them. I just get it over with and tie them right away because I like it. One of those weirdos that likes to type and tie in their ends. Get some scissors here. Snip, snip. Get my darn it needle. Kathleen says she still gets some soreness and swelling, but nothing big. Well, that's good. And I imagine the swelling usually happens after you've walked on it for quite a bit one day or something like that. It probably gets worse and better. Does the weather too? If it's really humid, do you notice it swells up more? I'm going to have to cut this end a little bit. I can't get it through the needle. Let's try again. Cut it to give it a clean end and then try and pull it. There we go. That works. Now, Sarah, when you tied in your ends, when you were using the Bernette blanket yarn, did you find that you had to go back and forth a few more times than with average yarn because it's so slippery? Or is that just me? Yeah, yes. Okay, gotcha. All right, because I was noticing it was a little more slippery. So when I tie in my ends, I've been going back and forth a few more times than I normally would because the yarn is kind of, I don't even want to say slippery, but it's got a different texture that it just easily slides. And I'm just a little nervous that it's going to come undone. So I'm going to go back and forth maybe 5 times instead of 3. get it in there real good. And one more. And then I'll do the other end. The weather does get me sore, stiff. I'm in Oregon, not too far from the coast, so lots of rain and humidity. When I used to live in Virginia, and I was on my feet all day long during the summertime only, when it was so humid, my ankles would swell just a little bit, not a whole lot, but just a little bit. But since I've come up here to Canada, it hasn't done it since then. And I think it's the humidity is not nearly as bad. I mean, to be up here and in it, it feels bad, but it's really not that bad compared to like what Jen has in Georgia, or you near the water. Almost done with my bear coaster. Nice. You want to take a picture of it, Fox, and show it to us? I can post it on my website so everybody can go and see it if you're interested. How many bear coasters are you going to make? Let's go ahead and get through here. Do this end. My dogs are upstairs barking a little bit. They're expecting a family member to come home at any minute, and this family member texted me just a few minutes ago to say they were going to be late. So my dogs are upstairs impatiently waiting. They're like, they know, they can tell. They can't tell the time, but they know it's time for when people will come home. They know when it's time. Awesome possums. I saw a video, Kathleen, you crocheted that possum when I first started my channel, and I saw this video of a baby possum, and it was actually cute. And I thought of your possum that you made for your granddaughter, I think, or your niece. I don't know how to post it here. I don't know many, but I might sell some. I'm on my third one. Very nice. Yeah, some people will pay you to make items for them, or if you've already got an item already made. Oh no. Oh no. I made a mistake. So, when I went around the corner here, it's not a very good corner, is it? It's more like a lump than a corner. I did my 3 clusters in the corner, but I didn't chain 2 and then do another 3 double crochets. So now I get and because it's on a corner like this, I can't ignore it. So the ends I just tied in, I'm gonna pull out and frog to that side. Frog to that corner. I think this is the corner I just did, isn't it? Oh my goodness. This is the bad part about tying your ends in early, is that I've done such a good job tying in my ends that I don't know which end I just tied in. Here it is. Oh, I have to frog 2 sides. See, this is why I do this. It's because I'm learning things, and that just taught me, I don't know what that taught me, because I feel like that was a silly mistake, actually. But, okay, let's Let's fix this. Actually, do I have to? Is there a workaround I can do? What do you ladies think? Frog or create a gap? Like because there's a spot here. There is a spot here that I could use. See my little finger coming through here? There is a spot that I could use to put a cluster in, and then I don't have to frog it. So do I frog it or just use this little hole right here? It's like I chained one, but I didn't chain two. And I know what you're probably going to say. You're probably going to say frog it. I don't know. Maybe you won't. All right, team. What do I do? Do I frog it or do I use this little spot right here? Thank you. I appreciate it, Fox. I'm making this for a gift and a baby shower. I think if I use this little gap, nobody would even be able to tell. Nobody's saying anything. Nobody's saying anything. Tell me what I should do. No, don't frog it. Use the spot. Oh, I knew Barb would come in and say that. That's great, Barb. You just saved the day. Hey, Funtrella. Funtrella. Fontrella. I'm having a problem with words today. Deborah's not here anymore, is she? I would keep going. There's a spot right here, and it makes a nice corner when you give it a little tension. So I think it's going to be all right. We're going to try it. We're not going to go on that corner. We're going to go start again on this corner so I don't have to go as far to see how the corner works out when I try and do my little band-aid. So let's try that. Get our green. Where is my end? Here it is. Don't ask me. I'm a perfectionist. I can't let mistakes slide. I have to fix them. And you know what? It's funny because Bonbon, when I'm at work, I'm very much like that. But with crochet and art, I'm more forgiving. You should make it bigger so they can use it longer. Oh, it's definitely going to be bigger. It's just that round that's done. I am probably going to do at least another 8 rounds. And then I think it'll make a nice floor blanket is what I'm going for. A tummy time blanket. At least that's what I'm going to print out a little card that explains tummy time and the advantages and how it helps your baby to do tummy time. And if it's been a while since you've had kids, or if you haven't had kids yet, it's just a period of time that you get down on the floor with your infant and put them on their bellies, and it helps them build the muscles in their necks and shoulder and back. And also, even though they're laying on their belly, it also helps with their balance, because they naturally, you ever see them kind of look like their arms are out, their legs are out, and they're like balancing on their belly? It's good for them. So what I'm doing is I'm creating a tummy time blanket, and I will print out this little card that is exercises that you can do with your baby at different stages of their life. And if they do it, great. If not, great. I'm okay with that. But that's the idea behind the blanket. So my but I will be making another blanket. I think the baby that this is for is going to be in my life for quite a long time. So they will get many more blankets. If they grow out of this one, I will definitely make them another one. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Let's do one more, and I definitely put my chain 2 in there this time. So let's go across. Hey, Mima. Menowa. Sorry, Miwa. Where would I come up with that? Like I said, words and me are failing today. Menowa. Mighty Menowa, which means mighty warrior. Menowa, do you have your own channel? I've never heard you talk about a channel. And I don't think you've ever put fire hydrant in on Barb's live chats when she's crocheting. One of the most Barb says, one of the most well-known beliefs is to leave a mistake, a spirit hole in the crocheting. It's a tradition to leave a small mistake so that the maker's spirit, soul, and energy is not trapped within the work. Okay, I'll take that for the future. It's called the spirit hole. Is that like a starfish? I don't want to talk about starfish, but I just want to throw that out there. Is a spirit hole like a starfish? Menowa says, not yet, still trying to figure out my iPhone. Gotcha. Bon Barb, I heard about that. I just wish I could leave mistakes. See, I've heard people leave mistakes before, but I haven't heard... I mean, Barb's got a much better story. I like that explanation. The explanation I heard was some people will purposely leave a mistake in their project so people will know that it's not machine made. It's made by a human being. So I've heard that, but I've not heard Barb's way of putting it. Oop, I'm losing stitches here. Let's fold this out. It's getting a little bigger, and I can tell because it's getting a little more in the way. I was just about to say that, Kelly. Starfish. Yes, the starfish. I don't want to go into it, but yes, starfish. Fox says she'll be right back. Gonna finish another bear. Last left is the ears. Nice. Keep thinking about what Bob said. Good thing Terry Sue doesn't come to my videos unless she's quietly listening. I'd be surprised. All right, I'm going to go to the end here, and then I'm going to call it because people are coming home, and I need to start dinner. But just while I'm starting to wrap things up, I appreciate you all being here. I'm almost at 50 subs. I'm such a tiny little channel, but you all are amazing, and I appreciate the support. You guys coming in here and giving me tips and giving me tricks as I learn, and I fall in love with this hobby even more than I already have. I appreciate you all being here and being my cheerleaders. Uh-oh, Barb's typing. Anything is possible with wonderful Terry Sue. Yes, this is true. She could be. I just, I don't normally see her this early, you know? And I'm going to wrap this up in just a few seconds, a few minutes, I guess, just to get to this corner here. I want to get around my mistake and see how it comes around after I do my thing. Doing that thing you do. You doing that thing you do. Do 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 do. Okay, I'll spare you and stop. Let's see here. Anything is possible. And Barb says, whether the tradition is ancient folklore, recent crafting, custom, many crocheters intentionally leave a tiny flaw, simply smile when they find the mistake. That's where the spirit gets out. Oh, I love that, Barb. Bonbon says, I like that, Barb. Maybe I need to challenge myself to leave a mistake in my projects. Maybe like a finisher mark, Bonbon, kind of thing. Like, give yourself permission to be human. I mean, I'm okay either way. If people make their projects flawless or if it's riddled with flaws, either way, I'm good. Whatever makes you happy. But I do wonder if there is some value to leaving a little mark type thing like Barb's talking about. To remind people that this was made by a human and not by a machine somewhere. I'm good either way, but I think that is a neat way. A little bit of storytelling lore that you can throw in with the gift you're making or just the item for yourself. Tomorrow, it's going to be a busy day, but I'm going to get done at least 4 rows around this blanket. Might even do it tonight. Try. During Barb's live, because I'm not feeling sleepy today. Sometimes I'm too sleepy to stay up for Barb more than an hour, but I'm feeling energetic today. Positive. Determined. It's the motivation. Barb says, only one mistake though, or you'll have to do an exorcism on the blanket. This is true. All right, let's see what happens here. Let's take this little hole that I've got and utilize it. Put my first cluster in here. Now my 2 chains. I so want to get one of those pillows that you can rest your arms and hands on, but then I'm like, you guys won't see anything. And now 2 more double crochets, and we'll see what it will, and then I'll go down the row a little bit. I already see I've made a corner where there wasn't one. Definitely, it's coming. I think it's gonna work. Let's try a few more on the side. Bring it all together. See how it works up. Now, I know some people will be like, oh, I couldn't do that, I have to fix it. But if I can make something look like it's not a mistake, then I'm totally running with it. Let's do another cluster and then straighten it out. It's kind of wrinkly at the moment. Not as positive as I was 30 seconds ago. Well, it's definitely got a corner now, but it's definitely got a corner, but it's got a little bit of a wrinkle to it. I'm going to do a few more. See if it gets straightened out. And then I will decide whether or not I'm going to frog and fix, or if another row will fix it. I feel like I'm putting off the inevitable. Is anybody a scary movie fan? Barb's brought up scary movies a little bit. Not intentionally, but it makes me think of, what was your first scary movie? My first scary movie was Poltergeist. And I watched it at a friend's house. And my parents said I could watch it. I called them, got permission to watch it. And I've never been the type of person to get scared from a movie. But that movie scared the heck out of my 13-year-old self. I think I was 13 or 12, something like that. And I was at a friend's house and I rode my bike over to my friend's house. And it was nighttime by the time the movie was over. And I had to ride my bike home in the woods. I've never driven a bike or anything so fast in my life as I did between their house and my house to get home, because I was darned if I was going to call my parents and say, I'm scared, come get me. So that's my story. It'll straighten out when you do the next round. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, Bon Bon. I think that little wave that's in there will come out once you put weight from the other cluster in between the two clusters. So I think that's going to work. Child's Play movies. That was your first scary movies, Jen? Jen, are you a scary movie person? I would think you would be. The Hills Have Eyes. Ugh. Is that like Silent Hill too? Is that are they part of the same series? I'm curious if that's part of the same series. I think I've seen the Silent Hill, and that was creepy. But you know what movie really freaked me out? In my adult years was not these movies that are set to be scary, but the Blair Witch Hunt Project. Some people are like, oh, that was a joke. But man, it messed with my head. It really did. It's I get scared of what I can't see. Yeah. Crochet and scary movies. That sounds like something fun one day. I wonder if we could organize a movie night and we all sit around, watch a scary movie, and crochet together. I think that would be so much fun. I don't know how to pull it off, but it would be so much fun. I'll have to search around a little bit, see what I can come up with. My first horror movie was the original Exorcist. That's what started. That's Barb's comment about exorcism on the blanket. That's what reminded me was the Exorcist. And that movie, I never saw that movie. I think that movie would do me in. But yeah, that is a hell of a way to start your very first scary movie. You really went all in. Sarah's my first memory of a scary movie was Poltergeist. It was on cable movie channel when I was young in the early 80s. Yeah. Like that's when I watched it, the early mid 80s, somewhere around there, and it really freaked me out. Jen says, not really, but I do like The Seed of Chucky. I haven't seen those. Minowa, I don't remember my first scary movie, but I'm not either. I'm a boring. My husband says I'm a boring moviegoer. I like stuff that's based off of history or loosely based off of history or a time period. I love that kind of stuff. You know, I'm like today's world. I live today's world. I've seen enough of it. take me to a time and a place that I've never been before and make my imagination work. And that's the type of movies that I like to see. That's why I just never really got into reality TV, but I love YouTube, which I feel like is kind of similar in some ways. Go figure. I have seen I Know What You Did Last Summer. I haven't seen that one. I think it might have been The Three Faces of Eve or Sybil. I've heard about Sybil. I heard that one was messed up, but I haven't seen it myself. I think The Exorcist, I saw literally like a movie clip of it, of when her head spins, and that was enough for me to go, yeah, no, I'm going to pass. I'm going to pass. Somebody told me they thought E.T. was a scary movie. I was like, E.T.? It's an alien movie, but I wouldn't call it a scary movie. It's more adventure telling, kind of. I guess it's sci-fi. Oops, miss. Go back. Try that again. Kathleen says, no, it was about the nuclear testing and the miners who wouldn't leave their land and was trapped by motorists for a decade. So, of exposure to radiation and familiar. Wow, I haven't seen that. That sounds interesting, though, Kathleen. Menawa says they are based on people who had multiple personality disorders. Yeah, that's what I thought Sybil was. That's what I kind of associated with the multiple personality type of scary movie. Fox says, I'm back now. I just have to sew in the ends. Awesome. Great job. Just in time for the end of the live. You're tying in your ends. Perfect timing. Fontrella says, I can't watch scary movies now. I get anxiety now. I used to love watching scary movies. Yeah, that's what Blair Witch Project did to me. It gave me anxiety. It was like I couldn't see. I felt out of control. We all, as human beings, like some sense of control over our lives. And the Blair Witch Project made me feel like I had absolutely no control over anything. And it gave me stress and kept me up all night. Luckily, that was years ago. But I've been looking at scary movies lately, and they're kind of taking a shift. Like, I don't know how to explain it. But either way, they've kind of intrigued me a little bit, but not enough yet to go pay $50 to go see one in the movies. That's for two people, 50 for two. Jen, the Blair Witch Project was stupid. It freaked me out. But Chucky is stupid. Sorry, Jen. We're not going to agree on this one. I looked at the Chucky series as kind of like clownish. But the Blair Witch Project messed me up. We're on the opposite ends on this one, Jen. Jen, my brother-in-law made my niece watch Pennywise movie. Made her? And they put red balloons everywhere in our ditch outside everywhere, and she was freaked out. But that was when she was 9. She's 20. Oh my goodness, I can't imagine being 9 years old and watching Pennywise. Oh my goodness. They must be a practical joke kind of family. Breaking her in early, I guess. Getting her started into the scariness early. Menoa says, I had to watch it in my psychology class in high school. Interesting. All right. Well, I have reached the end. Blair Witch was scary for reasons no one ever mentions. Yeah, it left me guessing and out of feeling out of control, and the whole spooky goobity gobbity stuff that's in it. And yeah, yeah. For me, Blair Witch and Chucky was not scary but stupid. Yeah, okay. Well, there we go. Both of them are stupid. Yeah, that's my problem with scary movies, is it has to mess with the head, for my head, for me to get into it. Otherwise, I can just predict everything that's going to happen. Foxy, yay, you finished your bear. Congratulations. That's awesome. How many did you make? But there was not a ghost. It was all a hidden horror plot. Yeah, that's exactly why it was scary to me, is because you didn't see anything. You didn't yeah, it was left up to your imagination, and I have a very vivid imagination. I made one with small ears and two with big ears. Very cool, Foxy. Jen, she means murder plot. Gotcha. Gotcha. Well, everybody, I want to thank you for being here. Thank you so much. We're going to get that. You know what? I might try and get this blanket done before the end of this weekend. I think I'm gonna. And I think with the lives keeping me motivated and keeping me going, I think I can do it. So by Sunday night, I hope to be done this blanket. Cross your fingers and your toes for me. Thank you so much for hanging out, Jen, Fontrella, Foxy, Barb, Menoa, Sarah, Kathleen, Jen, Bon Bon, Barb. Thank you so much for stopping in and saying hi. And Deborah, too, if you're still there or if you're eating dinner. Thank you so much. And I will see you all tomorrow after my library crochet meeting with Sarah. And we'll find out who all comes. Maybe I'll even get to take a picture and yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. It's exciting. I'm a little nervous now. Sarah, you were nervous a couple of days ago. I'm nervous now. So I look forward to giving you all an update tomorrow. Thanks again for hanging out, and I will talk to you soon. Gonna go get ready for tomorrow. See ya. Bye.